Hi guys, so I wanted to share. Oh, sorry about noises if I make them. I was just like cleaning my house, going through some stuff. I've shared about the 20-year root canal that I had, and how for 5 years I was just sick off and on, and then the last 2 years was just like really, really sick, and then the last year was like deathly sick. I basically was heading into sepsis, but I was catching it even though my cognitive health was at like a really, really big decline, so I could barely really think for myself. But during that time, the last year, I developed sleep apnea because my body was so inflamed. I was definitely on like breathing machine stuff, and we thought it was because I had got really sick when the third time I got that 2019 thing sickness, if you get what I'm saying. The first two times I got it, I was fine, but then the third time it really attacked my respiratory system. It was like my body just couldn't handle it anymore. But I wanted to like go through this. I already showed you guys all the medications I got given, but I did not take. I definitely took amoxicillin, but I took some nausea medication at one point in time. But I had like at least 10 things of medication, probably more. But I wanted to show you guys this because I'm cleaning it out. I'm getting rid of it. Let's see. So since then, I was on amoxicillin for about 30 days, like different kinds of amoxicillins. And then I went, like, my cognitive health was still declining. Or not declining, but it was still like at a standstill. Like, it made me better, the amoxicillin. And none of this is medical advice. But I knew I needed something else, and I either needed more amoxicillin, and my doctor did tell me if you need more, let me know. But I didn't want to continue that path because, it messes up your gut bacteria. So I went ahead and did a parasite cleanse, rogershood.com. And I do have a discount code, so I'll put it there for you guys. But it worked wonders. 30 days. I did not change my diet in the beginning. I just could not do it. I couldn't be like, oh, I'm going to plan this or I want to do that. And I did not crave things to change my diet. But over like maybe the course of like every week it was something different. So I naturally wanted to eat better. I naturally wanted to prepare meals, and I could remember the healthy things I used to do. Because before, with my health declining, I couldn't remember a lot of things. I couldn't even remember to juice on a regular basis and like do healthy things. Like, I would suddenly remember and be like, oh yeah, I can do that, or I can do that. But I could not. I could barely help myself, you guys. But I have like this stuff at the side of my bed. So I have a small bookshelf on the side of my bed for all my health stuff. And I'm getting rid of it now. This is my sleep apnea kit. And I barely used it. And I would complain to my doctor, my sleep apnea doctor. What is he? A urologist? I can't remember. No, probably not that. But I would complain to him and tell him, like, this thing isn't helping me. I actually feel like I'm drowning. Not even changing a mask is gonna, I'm like, there's something wrong. I said I need oxygen, because during the time of my inflammation and swelling and all of that from a root canal, I just was not getting enough oxygen in my sleep. And even if, I was using this machine, it didn't, like, I guess, it's supposed to like push open your airways. But when it was doing that, it just blows air to open your airways. But I felt like I didn't need air. I felt like I needed oxygen. I was still deprived. And they said because I didn't meet the standards that they couldn't give me oxygen. But I was literally deprived, which is why my cognitive health was going down, because I wasn't getting enough oxygen in my body. And let's see what's this. I got, these are just like refills for the mask. I mean, I barely used this mask because, like I said, it really wasn't helping. It was so annoying. But I did bother my doctor and let him know things. And I mean, he would always say, well, and nurses would even say things like, well, you just got to get used to it. And I'm like, listen, I've been trying this. It's not, I need oxygen. So that's that. I get to give it back. Then this, you know, all this stuff is special. I had to pick that stuff up at some place, you know. And then this got dropped off to me. This is I have the breathing machine. I'm not going to get rid of it, but this is albuterol. Albuterol sulfate. You know, I don't need these breathing things anymore. You know, it turns out that all of these issues I had, the underlying cause was this infection. He's not here. And I found some more medication stuff. Huh? You can. But you know, guys, I can put this to better use. So it's just a testimony, and if you don't know the whole thing, it's on my YouTube channel, Sonia Love Story. And if you can tell, I've lost a little bit of weight, not trying. And I've been able to vacation and not get so sick. I'm making a video. So I'm able to like keep up with life. I used to lay in the bed half the day. It would take me hours to get ready in the morning. Now, I mean, it's not 10 minutes like it used to be. I could get ready in 10 minutes, but now maybe waking up and like moving around 30 minutes to an hour. And oh yeah, so my testimony, if you don't know, God gave me a dream 2 years before my health got at its worst, before the cap came off, before I saw the rotting tooth, before I went into sepsis fully. Well, I mean, sepsis is like a gradual, you know, but before I got the fever, before I, you know, and I kept looking back to my dream because I kept thinking like, God, you told me to see the dentist. I did, but nothing came of it. But I kept thinking something's got to be wrong. So by the time my cap came off, I was able to put it together. It took me a while because cognitively it was hard, but I worked with my doctors. I worked with my oral surgeon. I asked questions. I asked my oral surgeon, I said, hey, is it possible that from the infection, you know, something could have went into my system? And he specifically said bacteria could have been going into your bloodstream. That's what my oral surgeon said. So I took that back to my doctor. And, you know, he put the things together. He said, your neutrophils have been off the charts, and those do kill bacteria. So they were trying to kill that bacteria over time. And so he says it looks like it, yeah. So he gave me amoxicillin that fights oral bacteria specifically, I guess. And yeah, so that's my story, and God led me. I have heard now of so many people that have actually died from tooth infections. They ended up going sepsis and sepsis shock. They were in ICU and comas. So glory to God. And, you know, just take care of your teeth. Root canals, it could only last so long. I mean, I'm glad that I got it, but I wish I would have just taken the tooth out maybe 10 years later. Yeah. So, but I would look into root canals and stuff, the problems that can occur from it, because it is a real thing. But at least the tissue, my bone tissue is still there. So that's why I'm like, root canals are kind of okay for a short period of time because you don't want that bone to waste away. But it's given me time to, you know, save money to get a tooth implant. So I need several tooth implants, honestly. But yeah, so take care of your teeth, and if you know someone, let them know of my story and of others. God bless.